All right. Welcome in to the A to Z Sports Big Orange Halftime Reaction Show. Charlie Burris, Jonathan Crompton here with you as always. That half was a roller coaster of emotions. I'm kind of all over the place right now, but me and Crompton will try to work through it. We'll see what we can get figured out. But first, let's thank our amazing sponsors here for the Big Orange Halftime Reaction Show. First, Farm Bureau Health Plans. Farm Bureau Health Plans is a corporate sponsor of the Vols and have been serving Tennesseans for 75 years. Plan on us for health, dental, and vision at fbhp.com/ATOZ. Omaha Steaks is also helping us out. Visit omahasteaks.com and type keyword Vols in the search bar. And fill your freezer with enough gourmet food to keep your cookouts going strong through the fall. And finally, Rattle and Snap Whiskey from Log Still Distillery. Make your own luck, just like Tennessee's fast-paced Rattle and Snap offense with Rattle and Snap Tennessee Whiskey. All right, we've paid the bills, Cromp.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
How are you feeling right now? You good?
I'm not going to lie. At the first, that Tennessee went down by 10 points, and I was like, oh, okay, this is not good. We're staring down the barrel of something here because we don't even look competitive in this game so far. And then Tennessee got it together. I'm feeling all right now, 24-17. How are you feeling after watching that? You're a little more level-headed than me.
Yeah, no, honestly, I'm okay. And the reason why I say that is kind of what we talked about at the end of last week. We played Ball State. They played West Virginia. Let's let them, and I'm going to say it this way, let them blow their load too early. I said it, right? And I say that like in a legitimate, that is a football phrase, FYI. Like legit, where they're coming out trying to let the emotions carry them from last week early on to see if they can get big momentum. As soon as we go down 10 and they're driving, it's like, oh, okay, we got to get a stop here. Interception in the end zone. That is when things start to turn. I still think we kind of got lucky on that play. Almost thought it could have been a roughing the passer.
Yeah.
It was like a tweener, and I was sitting here looking at the TV going, don't you call it. Like, don't do it. You know what I mean? But, I mean, I'm not worried at all. I mean, I've never thought I would say this, but Jeremy Banks getting his hands on a couple passes, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is good because in my mind, it's like he's a run stopper. But he's actually played well in that sense of not deflecting the balls, but getting his hands on them where they go off target a little bit. Obviously, one was a completion, kind of fell their way. But, I mean, we just got to ride the wave, especially when we get the ball and we go 3 and out in, 26 seconds? That is the new Tennessee football, though. So we got to get used to that.
Yeah, that's going to be tough to swallow for the entire Josh Heupel era. It's something that feels unnecessary, but when you look at it at 1,000-foot view, his offense works because he does that, and it's it's kind of the blessing and the curse of that tempo. I love how tenacious the defense has been. Finally, they landed a huge 4th down sack on Slovis. Also, have just landed small hits the whole time. And then force that fumble right at the end of the half. I mean, it was this slow build. All right, you're putting in some hits. You're getting close. And finally, they broke through that wall. It was so good to see. And that might be the thing I'm the happiest about in that first half is the defense finally breaking through that barrier.
I'm with you. I would love to be a fly on the wall in Pitt's quarterback room and their meeting room when they go empty. They went early in the first quarter. And they just run – it's stick with a backside slant arrow or slant flat. So the play stick is a go route outside, a flat route, and a 5-yard out and or sit down. They've ran it twice, and both times they've done it. Now, the first one was a completion. He threw it to the boundary on a slant route. I'm like, cool. 4th down, you see pressure coming from the field. I'm curious on what is their coach is telling them why he's looking at the boundary. Because now here's the thing. Football is a high risk, high reward, all this stuff, right? I love the blitz on 4th down. I love the gutsy play call. We got home. But if their coaches are doing any game planning, it's, hey, If we get into the situation again, if there's pressure this way, throw that 5-yard stick route to the tight end. He's standing there butt naked. But I guess what I'm getting at is I would be curious to see what they told him during the week, because his eyes are nowhere to be found on that side of the field when they go empty. So kudos to us for doing our homework and saying, well, screw it. We're going to blitz to that side because he's not even going to look.
That's interesting. And that's the type of analysis that you get only here with former Vols quarterback Jonathan Crompton, because you know who wasn't noticing that? Me. So there you go. Awesome stuff. I mean, just in general, I just love that they shook off that start. That was so great to see too, because it was so shaky. You're down by double digits. You know, everybody's just feeling uneasy because you're the favorite coming into this game, even though Pitt's ranked. You know, think about that, whatever you want. But just them, especially Hooker, he throws a couple of really egregious overthrows, and then he settles in. And really, I mean, that big throw to Tillman was excellent. And he's put out there a couple other great throws. So I'm happy with that. Just that response all the way around, not just from the defense finally building up, getting to the quarterback, but also the response from the offense. I mean, it was a relief. Let's be totally honest. It was a giant relief. I would be absolutely lying if I didn't say that in those first few minutes, I was just like, not again. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me, please.
I thought about texting you, but I didn't.
You would have found me emotional, man. I
didn't want to like poke the bear too early. Now the second half, second half it's free game. But I didn't want to poke the bear and go, Charlie might try to kill me on a halftime show. You know what I mean? Because I mean, let's call it it is, dude. Like you said, with the Josh Heupel era, as long as he's here, we're gonna deal with this. But to me, that's what's fun, because it's the roller coaster of emotions. We're up and down, but you can't not do this the whole time, right? Watching the TV. So I was encouraged. I loved the ball the touchdown we threw to McCoy.
Excellent.
I've seen some people in comments about Pat Nardizzi. Oh, he's a crybaby, blah, blah, blah. Hey, you know what? He's trying to get a call, knowing that it was not the call, right? He's complaining because he's trying to get one, because I think he knows, and it's an opinion, I think he knows that they don't have enough left in the tank if we continue our pace. Because notice, 2 guys have already fallen out on their D-line. Right? Now they're coming back. But now that's like we talked about last year when we played some teams. They need to address that rule and make you stout for the rest of the drive or something. That's a whole different conversation. We stay at this pace. I don't think they've got the guys and the energy after last week, which is why I was very enthused that we played Ball State first and they played West Virginia first in the first year of bringing their rivalry back. So that, to me, that's an advantage us.
Turns out that I think that's going to end up being a pretty big factor in this game. They do look, especially like their offensive line, the perimeter on the defense, they just look a step slow, and they may just be a step slow, but I have to imagine that was a factor. That was a really grinding, tough game last week. And I apologize if we're not responding to a ton of comments. We're just getting
I'm laughing at some of these comments. Ben Hall, their QB is determined to die. Sorry.
He really is, man.
I saw it. I just cracked up. But that, hell, the announcers even said it. If he keeps taking hits like this, he won't make it the whole year. Their O-line is not playing well, and especially in the pass pro. Now, they busted off a 76-yard run. And at that point, I was like, you got to be kidding me right now, right? Yeah. But that's our football. That's our brand of football now. We're going to give it a big play, but knowing our offense is going to bring us back. So there's a couple of comments asking about how many plays have ran so far. We've thrown it 21 and ran it 23. So what? Already 44 plays. 44. Yeah. I mean, we're on pace for 88 plays this game. And I'm not mad at that.
That means you're playing your game. That means you're imposing your game on Pitt, which is huge because you struggled to do that last year. You ended up playing Kenny Pickett's game last year, and you're not falling into that trap now. But let's get to the second half change that we would make. Cromp, I'll get you to weigh in on this. We're gonna make Omaha Steaks audible. Can I say Omaha? And I got corrected last week in the comments. I was saying Omaha. Thanks to the folks in the comments that they were like, "What's Omaha?" Omaha Steaks. Second half change. We're going to talk about it, but summer is ending. Summer ending doesn't need to be the end of your grilling season. Visit omahasteaks.com and enter keyword Vols into the search bar. And let me get this up. Here it is. We got a beautiful little graphic that says it. Keyword Vols for 12 free burgers. If you enter the keyword Vols into the search bar and order the All-American assortment, the package has mouth-watering items from butcher-cut filet mignon to the caramel apple tartlets. And let me say, I just went on vacation and I took the burgers and the caramel apple tartlets with me on this vacation. The Omaha Steaks was cool enough to send us these packages. The apple tartlet was amazing. The burgers were awesome. So convenient to just have them. They're freezer packed, beautiful. They come right to you. You just defrost them, throw them on the grill right there, and it's so quick and easy. But the package comes with filet mignons, caramel apple tartlets, those burgers. And I can attest, I'm a living testament here. It is a really great product. So for a limited time, and as a special gift to our listeners, when you type Vols into the search bar, you'll get 12 ultra juicy Omaha steak burgers free with your order. But if that all-American assortment doesn't have what you need, they also have the build your own perfect menu option. Simply pick your favorite items out of the options provided and create your own grilling adventure. And the best part is that it also comes with the 12 free burgers. It's an unbelievable deal. Visit omahasteaks.com, type keyword Vols in the search bar, and fill your freezer with enough gourmet food to keep your cookouts going strong into the fall. That is omahasteaks.com. Omaha with an O, not an A. All right.
I'm actually having a burger tonight, so.
Well, I can tell you they're good. You're in for a treat. So I'll say,
are good too.
What is your Omaha? What's your audible? Where are you going for the second half? What needs to improve?
Oh, we need to. I'm torn, and when I say this, because I love the high risk, high reward, big play like mentality. We have to put a drive together. We can't either go 3 and out or score in a play or 2 plays. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my biggest concern, not just for today, but just in general. So offensively, I think we really need to be able to put a drive together and finish that drive with a touchdown, though, not just get down there and have a penalty or have some dumb penalty, hands to the face, holding, anything, right? And actually sustain a drive of 6, 7, 8 plays, score a touchdown, and pose our will. It's great that we can say, we just ran by you, throw a post or a go route, go touchdown. It doesn't help our defense if they just came off of an 8-play drive. That's my biggest concern. And yet, like I said a minute ago, I do think that they know that they're emotionally spent, so to speak, but it doesn't mean they're out of the game. They're only down 7.
Yeah.
Right. So we still got to put this away. I'm not saying we got to do it in the first 2 drives, but we've got to be able to impose our will with a drive. And I think we need to get our running backs a little more like involved and be more efficient all this is including in putting a drive together, not just feast or famine. So we need to be more consistent on our, 8 and under routes with the completion part of it. And we need to be more consistent with averaging 4 to 5 yards a carry, not 10 and then 1. You know what I mean? Like actually put something together.
Kyle Adams and Eric Cornelson here. They said what I was thinking. They both had a very similar comment. Secondary needs to play better. This is going to be true for the entire season. I mean,
it is.
You're seeing improvement in guys like Kamal Haddon. You're seeing nice play from T-Mac to Mary McDonald. and some things like that, but you just have weaknesses back there. I mean, they're just killing you on those slant plays. And if the defensive line isn't getting in Slovis's face, that's an easy pass for him, and he's been making it, and it's been hurting, especially on third down. So just tighten up, and you do hope. You're playing again this week without Juwan Mitchell. Lord knows what's going on there. I don't know, but maybe some depth at linebacker could help a little bit with that slant situation. My faith is low in that one, but ultimately, because it's a problem that was there all last season, still clearly has not been fixed. But that's just mine. Is just I completely agree with you, because at the end of the day, the onus is more on Tennessee's offense than its defense. Score these points and you will win these games. Go 50 plus points, 45 plus points, and you'll win these games. But the defense has to come up big no matter what, because Slovis will make that play if you give him the chance to. And so secondary, step it up. Let's go.
Well, I'm reading a comment, and it brings something to my mind, and let me find it. Jeff Sawyer says Hooker needs to quit running up the middle so much. You know what? I'm going to agree with you, but it's not necessarily on him. I'm wondering, why are we calling so many QB draws?
Yeah, there's a lot. They didn't call any of that last week.
Our running backs are not slouches. So why are we calling so many QB draws? I know he's athletic, don't get me wrong. But the bottom line is we don't want him getting hurt. We don't want him getting beat up like Slovis is getting beat up. Give the ball to our tailbacks on inside zone, outside zone, trap, counter, those types of things that we run. Stop calling QB draws with our quarterback so often. That is on the 5-yard line going in, you get into an empty set, and we're going to read how many linebackers and defensive linemen are in the box to see if we have numbers. Not every fourth run. All right. So I totally agree with that comment.
And that is our Omaha Steaks second half change. Keyword Vols for 12 free burgers there. Omaha Steaks. Thanks to them. All right. Our chances of pulling a victory out here, Cromp. How are you feeling? Your confidence level in a win. And I'll ask the comments too. Your confidence level in a win here. Tennessee up 7, 24-17. Feels real similar to the Kentucky game last year. It's like you're playing better than them. You're kind of cooking, but they're good. They could definitely, don't let them come back.
While people are commenting on their level, you brought up the name Kentucky. I'm very confused what I heard today.
Okay.
These people are predicting their quarterback is a first rounder. What the hell?
Will Levis?
No, not a damn chance. Come on. Not even. No, athlete, dude's an athlete. Does he have a cannon? Yeah. If that's the case, then this is probably why I don't watch the NFL.
If they really value a quarterback,
I'm sitting here going,
who likes mayo in his coffee.
Oh, no, watch this. And they try to say, one, and obviously we all know this, is they just say stuff like this. One high-ranking scout in the NFL had him above dude from I can't remember his name anymore, Heisman Trophy winner.
And
I was like, you say that again? You have what? You have him as the number one quarterback coming out? Come on. And then I lose all respect for these people that try to say they can judge football players. And don't get me wrong, is an athlete? Thank you, Eric. Yeah, Bryce. There you go, Bryce Young. Sorry.
Right, dude.
And
I watched that entire game earlier today.
And I was like, some people, no. Don't get me wrong, dude's an athlete. I won't argue that. I won't argue that it looks like he can throw it through a brick wall. But do not sit here and tell me that you're going to say, oh, he's a first-round draft pick. If that's the case, then NFL, we're in a sad shape there, guys.
Great comment from Evan White. Evan White says, we all know Spencer Rattler should be the first QB taken. Yeah, he looked great today in that beat-down
Where
loss.
are South Carolina fans?
Some great responses. Derek says 90% confidence Tennessee will win. Evan says 75. Rod says 100%. Randy says 90%. Some people, I should have clarified if it was 1 to 10 or in percentages, but because Jackie says 9, Alan says 70%, Montana Weaver says 82%. Thanks to everybody for commenting. Ethan says he's a 7. I think I'm like 7, strong 7 going on an 8 here, because this is Tennessee's game to lose. I would put it that way.
I'm curious. They've got there. It looks like we're about to start. I'm gonna go with 8.
All right.
It's just because I wore 8. But they're talking. They were talking to their backup quarterback. I'd be curious as to who's playing.
Yeah, because he looked like he might have been in some pain there.
I don't even know who it is. I'm not going to sit here and act like I do.
Yeah. Well, I guess if that's the case, man, I might bump that up to a strong 8.
And I don't know. We'll find out right now. It could have just been the camera like panning across and coach talking. I have no idea. But
we'll see. So we're pretty high on it. We'll come back after we see what happens here with Tennessee and Pitt. Charlie Burris, Jonathan Crompton. Thanks to Omaha Steaks and all of our other great sponsors. And we'll talk to y'all in the post game. Same place here. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. Look for us there. And we'll talk to y'all real soon.
Backups in, FYI.
Oh, backups in. All right. I'm strong 8. Let's go. All right. See you guys.
See you guys.